Alright guys, happy Friday. I'm back here with another tool bag loadout video. This is my Veto Pro Pack LC. I bought this maybe I think in like 2018 or so, and it's been used kind of off and on randomly for different things. But currently how I have this bag loaded out is this side houses some specialty extra tools slash yeah, it's kind of like an all around everything bag that I don't want to keep tools in, say, my backpack or something. And then on the other side I have kind of my insulated stuff, so I'll try and make this pretty quick, but not too long here. I don't know, my last video was 18 minutes long and I kind of got distracted and just was enjoying it, so I was going with it. So on this bag I have nothing in these pockets. There's the only thing on the side is just a roto split. I don't use this that much. I'm a dike guy, and but these have their place, hospital grade MC. These are handy. So I just kind of keep them around. So when I get in a situation, you can use a tool that'll really help you. So in here, I just got a whole bunch of nut drivers over here. Those don't get used that much. I got a tap. I think it's 632, 832, and quarter 20, if I'm not mistaken. And it's pretty nice. You can got an Allen here, and you can swap these out. Here's the part number on that. You can find these on Amazon. Let's get these nut drivers. You guys know what these are. Yeah, 3/16, a ½ inch. And then I got 9/16 pass through and a ½ inch pass through. And I only bought this because it's a little more heavy duty than these. And back in the day when I was apprentice, I, for some reason, always broke my ½ inch nut drivers and 9/16 nut drivers. But the 9/16 just is great to have when you're hanging rack with 3/8 rod. Just pass it through and do your thing. Just got a big long flip bit. It's a Phillips number 2, square number 2. Great sizes, couplings, connectors, screws, all that. Long square number 2, ratcheting Klein screwdriver. This has that little carousel with all the little bits in it. So it's got Torx, little small, I think number 1 Phillips, and it's got a number 3. It's got all these fancy bits, Torx. Beater screwdriver, that gets used and abused. That's my old freaking backup. Always got to have a beater screwdriver, 10 snips. I got some pipe cutters. So these go up to 1 3/8, so D, so you can get away with, I cut 1-inch PVC with this all the time. Sometimes it's just nice to use this instead of a bandsaw or a freaking sawzall, whatever you got going on. Sometimes it's just nice to have this in your pocket, a can of glue, and, a torch or a hot box, however you're doing your thing, prefab parts, and you're ready to rock and roll and do your task. This is just a Lennox, the Sawzall blade holder freaking tool. I don't use this as a keyhole saw. This mainly just gets used to cut PVC pipe down if it's in a funky spot. Say like an electric room, you got pipe stubs all throughout. You can use this. I don't use it that much, but it's just kind of one of those things you have just in case. I got this. This is kind of like that survival chainsaw that you can, work back and forth. But this is for PVC. So it's nice. It's just a nice second option, if you're not using a sawzall. It's just something else to get in a tight spot. And you can find these at probably Lowe's. This is Home Depot. It's Husky. It was super cheap, and it's just something nice to have. I got one of these for some reason. I cannot think of the name of this tool, but say you're doing, ceiling tiles, cutting out for lights. You can use this to mark the tile, and then you could use your keyhole saw. Or if you're just using, or if you got a hole saw, you really don't need this. But this is just something nice to have. You can get nice circles. This is their Romex strippers. This is the Southwire brand. These are my OGs from back in 2014 when I first started electrical, doing resi. And so this is the 10-2 and 12-2 version. If you did not know, the 10-2 will strip the flat 12-3 and not nick the wire. So we were running all 12-2, 12-3 on this job, no 14-2. Probably going to get comments for that or what, but that's what we did, and that's how we did our lighting. Was all 12-2, 12-3. A lot of guys are running 14 for their lighting. We were running 12. These are pretty sweet. Greenlee 722s. Can you see that? But if you don't know what these are, or if you don't know what aircraft cable is, at least that's what I call it from where I'm from. But this is aircraft cable. We usually use these for hanging lights. But if you do know what this is and you use your linesman's, it freaking jacks your linesman's up. And this just cuts like butter. Like, it's super easy. Doesn't mar the jaw. Every time I bring this out with the guys, they're like, dude, where the hell has that been this whole time? Like, in my bag. But yeah, so those are a nice tool to have if you're hanging or if you're doing anything with aircraft cable. Get you a set of those. They don't cost too much on Amazon. Needle nose, little strippers. I got a 5-star key for utility company to open up transformers, all their equipment. 5-star. I don't know why these scissors are in here, but I found them. Put them in there. This is pretty sweet. This is a little laser measure doohickey. I had the Bosch one forever, and I sadly lost that, and I didn't want to spend the money on a Bosch again, so I bought the Klein. I don't know, I forgot how much it was, but this is pretty good, pretty accurate. It stores a few measurements. What are you doing here? But yeah, there's probably videos on this, or I can make a video of this. But you can store a whole bunch of measurements. In here, it'll store at 2 or 3. I can't remember. So if you're trying to get, area of a room, or you're just trying to figure out distance between lights, to install for a room, that's pretty handy, pretty quick. I think it's like 65 feet it goes to. This thing's a mammoth in itself. It's kind of one of those, I don't know. It looks great, it sounds great, and then you use it, and then it's super awkward. It reminds me of the Klein mug. This handle's so thick. I've seen videos of it, but when it's in your hand in person, you're just like, holy crap. But it is nice. If you're in a bind and didn't know what size you needed, this will do it. Or if you're an apprentice just starting out and you don't want to buy a whole nut driver set for $60 or $50, go and buy yourself one of these, and then you'll be happy for a little while. Linesman's favorite style of dikes. It's got the little kick. I think these are like the rebar style. And it's got the angle in the head. Cat's paw, pop and trim. And some security bits, a little screwdriver. I had to get a kit and with a case because, I always lose the bits. They got the like 11-in-1 or 5-in-1 little control screwdriver and the bits always fall out. And I've had this for a while and haven't lost anything. Luckily, here's that part number 32717. So that's nice to have. Alright, so on the other side, this is the insulated tools that I have. I got a mixture of brands in here. I got some Wera, I got some Nipex, or yeah, I do have some Nipex, Weha, and some Klein. Let's get started. Okay, insulated dikes, insulated strippers, and some insulated linesmans. Insulated ratchet. There it is. It is in there. I got 3/8 extension insulated. This Nipex as well. I use these a lot when I was in services doing meters. And this 1/2 inch. It did that bolt on the meter. Did those. I don't know. The Wera handle. I don't know. I think Weha is a little more comfortable in the hand, but it's a nice quality tool. I like it. And the Zyclops ratchet, I mean, just sounds pretty good. It's not a snap-on probably, but I try not to use this, only on certain occasions. Stripper, oh my gosh, use this for stripping. But insulated knife. Sorry guys, I'm tired. Insulated knife here by Nipex. Again, try not to use this on anything. You know, only if I got to do something hot, I use this. The all plastic or whatever this composite is by Nipex. These are pretty nice. I like these working in panels. You know, poking around, moving a wire, you're doing something. These are nice. You know, you don't get no arc. And then I got the plier version as well. You could use these as like a fuse puller, I guess, too. But these are something nice to have, too. Those lightly get used. What else? Just got a flathead and a Phillips insulated. I don't know what's going on with this black tape. I usually don't do that, so I don't know. All the insulation's good underneath it, but yeah. I also got a number 1 square tip that I bought and probably only used once or twice. I thought, you know, with a number 1 square tip, you can use this on devices. But I just mainly use a flat and a square number 2 when if I'm doing anything live. You know, use the number 2 on breakers or the flat on breakers, and use a flat screwdriver on devices if you're fixing them. But yeah, I mean, it's just something nice to have. And then I got the whole Weha insulated set. I got the little small screwdrivers, little small flat, number 1 Phillips, number 1 square. Like, I like this. This is a nice little compact. Like, I like the size of this if you're, you know, working on smaller things. So Weha, you did pretty good on that. The only thing, my only complaint about Weha is, well, a bonus and a cool thing is just they're super light. So that's nice. But, you know, when I use this flathead, like, it twists so much. And on my Klein, I just don't get that as much. But I love the fit and form too, the Weha. I really do. So like right now in my tool bag, I got my old Klein ones. Sometimes I'll just go back and forth with some tools. I've always wanted to try these Wehas, and I bought these I think a year ago or so. And yeah, I like to use different stuff, but I like them. You know, they're a good set. I think they're fairly priced. for what you get, you know. And then this is kind of cool. You can get this at Lowe's. Long time ago is when I bought this, but it's so there's no, you know, you can put this on a regular ratchet and you won't get lit up from it, you know. So you can put your meter on this, you won't get continuity. So it's insulated in the center here between the two metal pieces, and it keeps you from getting lit up. I really don't use this thing anymore. It just usually sits in the bag. Yeah. So this is the overflow tool bag or insulated tool bag that I have in my van. And thanks for watching, guys. Peace.